And there is the warning. You see, losing flavour doesn't taste the same. You no longer seem to have that word in your mouth, that love for Jesus, that praise, that worship that I once used to hear. Then it affects that relationship with God. Because always confession, Romans 10, is an indication of a Christian. It's what comes out of our mouth. And what we say from our mouth is what is in our hearts. And so it then can affect our relationship with God. We're talking about now if salt begins to lose its flavour. It's going to affect your prayer life. It's going to affect the word that you hear, the word that you read and so on. It starts to escalate and then it begins to affect your faith. You no longer are believing in the promises of God that you once did. You begin to either ignore them or doubt them. And then you find that your witness and then your fellowship with God's people starts to be affected. You no longer are meeting with them. There's not really that desire anymore. Why? Because salt is losing its flavour. And so salt is good, but if the salt loses its flavour, how will you season it? Have salt in yourselves and have peace with one another. So our fellowship, isn't it, as we're seeing here, is absolutely an integral part of this salt that we are looking at. And this fellowship means that you look to another and not to yourselves. You work at peace. You create harmony in the house of God. And a lot of that harmony is keeping the mouth shut. We have to bite our opinions at times. Sometimes we see things that are not as we like, but we die to it for the sake of keeping peace, harmony and unity. That is a sign that that salt is working within one. Fellowship is a sign it's being accepted before God. The same back in Leviticus 3:2, where the salt offering with the grain was offered up. So it means that our unity, our fellowship, our love, our commitments, our praying one for another, helping one another, means this salt spiritually is accepted before Almighty God.